How can I get signed to a record label? How can I get that record deal? And how can I get that content network deal that is so sweet? Hi guys, welcome to this week's segment of Count Zero's Music Business 101. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, please hit that subscribe button that you can see for the whole video. That would be really great so you can stay up to date with our news releases. And let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. So, how can you get signed to a record label? How can you get signed to a TV network? How can you get a contract with a very large distributor, a very large management corporation, or just about anybody who is willing to commercially use your content? That has got to be the number one question that I've been asked. I can't even say how many times I was. And to answer that, it takes a little bit of time to explain. So stay with me, because at the end of this video, you will actually know what your next steps are in order to get signed, in order to become a commercial artist. So let's go. Number one, I first need to explain to you the differences between major labels and large corporations, and small labels and independent corporations. The reason for this is that there's some misconceptions about what's going to happen when you get signed to a record label that need to be dispelled first. Number one, what you see in the media is usually artists getting signed to a major label, which means a very large company with a lot of money, and that company then spending a lot of money on advertisement in order to really blow up that artist. And a lot of the hype that's generated is actually hype that is not generated by people who really like that music, but it's generated by the company considering that artist to be their investment and putting forth $500,000 in advertisement. So if you see an artist blow up out of nowhere, and everybody's suddenly talking about that new video, that new song, more often than not, there's a lot of marketing money behind that. It's usually not because it's such a great song. That actually rarely happens, that the song itself carries. So why would anybody put $500,000 into you? I don't know. What do you think? Why somebody who is in one of the most competitive industries in this planet would put $500,000 into you? That's right. They wouldn't. That's exactly true. They wouldn't. They would not. They would never. They would never put that money into you unless they are expecting a lot more back. Because when you sign a deal with a major label or with a large content network, the amount of money they take from you, should you succeed, is usually outrageous. What I mean is that they will take about 95% of everything you make for the rest of your life. So if you make them $1 million, how much are you gonna get? 50,000. And from that 50,000, you're gonna have to pay taxes and you're gonna have to pay your own costs. Because yes, that's also in the contract. So you're gonna come out with $30,000 on $1 million. That's the salary of, I don't know, maybe a tax consultant. No, probably not even that. Salary of a, I don't know. A lot of you are in America. Here it would be the salary of a supermarket worker. Somebody who is generally, putting groceries into the shop and, doing a little bit here and there. So yeah, that video that you saw yesterday, and that huge superstar he's getting paid like a like a supermarket worker. And of course he's not telling you, and of course he's not saying it. But why do you think the ranks of the bankrupt people are filled with artists? Because they don't even read their contracts. Even very, very large artists usually rarely read their contracts. And when they do get a lawyer, they're so greedy for that money that they were going to sign that contract anyway. So, yes, a major label will invest a lot of money into you, but they will also take everything from you forever. They will keep you in very bad contracts with very little money, and you're going to be happy. You're going to have to be happy with whatever they give you. Now you say, okay, I still want to do it. Right, Ariana Grande made it. And that is such a great example, because Ariana Grande had a management, a producer, and a complete team of supporters when she was 3. Yes, she was a child star. She was marketed by her parents, who were all from the entertainment industry. And she was picked up by Disney when she was 8. And she had more support for her career when she was 3 than you have now. So yeah, if you're born with that kind of background, of course, you're gonna get picked up, you're gonna make it, and then you're gonna say, oh, it was all me, it's because I can sing so great. It's just about the same as people think that Bill Gates is a self-made man, when in reality his mother sat on a supervisory board with the head of IBM. Behind a lot of very successful people is many times a very unlikely story that they do not like to tell, because it just sounds so much better when you say this artist made it. Fact is, Ariana Grande, just like Michael Jackson, had to do a lot of work because her parents made her, and she certainly put in a lot of work for her career. But her career was by no means sudden, unexpected, all her work, or in any type of manner surprising. The problem is, you're not Ariana Grande, and you don't have these parents. You're not Bill Gates. You don't have these parents, and you don't have millions of dollars when you were born. So there you are. You are the person that was born poor, and that was born without influential parents, and now you still want to get signed and make some money. So, who do you call? Independent labels. What's an independent label? Independent label is a small label like ours, Count Zero Records, that is usually run by a single person who for some reason has decided he's going to spend his money releasing artists that he thinks are cool. That's, I think, the formula. So you will see independent labels who release music that is usually tied very closely to the owner of that label and what he thinks is cool. So who's the right independent label for you? Very obviously the one where the owner thinks your music is cool, and where you can connect with him or her or whoever it is, where you fit on the bill and where you're comfortable with what they're doing. Are there people who want to scam you in independent labels? Yes. Less than with the majors, but yes. So what are you to expect on an independent label? About 10 times more share than on a major. So if you make that million, you're gonna get $500,000 for it. I mean, it's a lot of money. So if you make it, you're gonna get a whole lot more. And then you can even renegotiate, because most independent labels, if you're an artist and you blow up, they'll be certainly willing to negotiate. So for whatever you make, whatever you accomplish, an independent label is certainly a lot more fair to you. But they're also not going to invest $500,000 into you. So the question is, can you make it by yourself with the help of them, or can you not? And that is up to you, but you don't have the choice. One of the reasons why you're listening to this is because you don't really have a choice, because if you would be signed to a major label, you would not be listening to this blog. By the way, if you haven't, please hit the subscribe button, follow this channel. It's Music Business 101. And if you want to, at the end of the video, there's also a button for our other channel, Count Zero Records, where you can listen to the music of our artists. So, you want to get signed to an independent label, what do you have to do? You essentially have to appeal to them. A lot of the independent labels are labels that specialize on some type of music. House music, dance music, EDM, hip-hop, various subcategories of hip-hop, country music, whatnot. There are some who do a bunch of stuff like we are, because I believe that a good musician is a good musician, and just like there's good rappers, there's bad rappers, and just like good country musicians, there's bad country musicians. Jesus Christ, not everybody who has a guitar should be using it. So you connect with them, you do what they say. Yes, so like really, 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 really important to RTFM. Do you know what RTFM means? I think a lot of you are so young that they don't know that anymore. It's an expression from the 80s when computer technology was new, and it means read the fucking manual. Please, RTFM, on how to submit your demo and where. Because just about every label has a place where you do that, and to spam the label owner on his private account with your, how can I say, vibrant personality is probably not the best way to get you signed. So RTFM, do what they say, pick 3 songs, add a bio, don't know, depends on the label, and then politely engage in conversation with them. You know, I mean, I have people that send me 10 5-second video bits every single day. I will never sign them because they annoy me greatly. If you want to appeal to somebody, make it mean something. And spamming crap doesn't mean anything. If you have a song and you really want to send it to somebody, send it along with a story. Tell them what that song means for you, how that song came to be. And if it's a party song, you can say that too, you know? Say, you know, I'm an artist who has a lot of problems in their life, and I just want to have a good time. And I want other people to have a good time too. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you have a political agenda, say it. Don't try to cheat the label into thinking that you're something that you're not, because eventually they're going to find out, and then you are going to be so much unhappier with them. You should be with a label that thinks that what you do is great, because that's the only way they will support you in the long run. And then when you do get signed, please, for the love of God, respect the fact that music is a team sport. I know. You're all saying it. I've spent 10 years by myself. I've been doing this social media stuff. I've been posting on SoundCloud. Sorry. I've been posting on Facebook, Twitter, every social media I can find. I've been submitting to every kind of radio station possible. And I've done it all alone. Boom, guess what? Life is about to change. Your life is about to change, because when you go professional, you go team. That personal thing you had going on, you can pretty please forget about it. Because you're going to have a lawyer, you're going to have a producer, you're going to have an accountant, you're going to have a whole lot of people that are working in the label. And please, please, please do not tell them what to do. Do not come to me and tell me what to do because you've seen Suits on TV. Seriously, no, just don't do it. Respect the fact that there's things that other people can do really well and you cannot. You're a musician. Unless you have a degree in the field that you're trying to talk with us, don't. Just give your preference. That's completely valid. Everybody's allowed to have a preference. Say, I would like this, I would like that. But don't go into their business and tell them how to do their stuff. And also, don't go through your own contract and then pretend to be a lawyer. Don't have any of your friends pretend to be lawyers either. Don't make horrible graphics. Know your abilities. Be a team player and know your abilities. That's gonna bring you, in life, a lot further. Because if you know your abilities and you're a team player, you will actually succeed in pretty much anything that you want to do. So, in short, how do I get signed to a record label? You pick the right labels, you pick the right songs, you pick the right stories, and then you send it to them, and then you engage in meaningful, honest, and decent conversation with them, and you hope that you're going to get a chance with them.